Hello, everyone. I'm audible to you. Do let me know in the chats. Okay, Sudhanshu. Okay, thanks, Tanik. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great, and I hope your sessions are going great. Your like Skill Up India, especially in the team, like you are a part of the AI tools, and hope that part is going great. And yes, so this session is specifically the summary of the whole week, where we'll discuss about AI tools, uh, agentic AI parts, what are the different IDEs that we have, how you can properly utilize them, what is AI pair programming, what is vibe coding, and how you can do it, basically, the implementation part of it. Okay, that's the agenda of today's session. And before going ahead, just give just give me a quick feedback how the last week went. Okay, like are you guys enjoying the content or not? Do let me know your feedbacks quickly in the chats, and at the same time. Okay, so I hope the screen is visible to you and I'm clearly audible to you. Am I? Okay, great. So that's the last week content that we have, uh, where you have discussed about AI tools. Okay, that's great. Basics of AI environment setup, AI prompts. Okay, different kind of prompts that we have and why prompts are important, because this is how we communicate with LLMs. And rather than giving a vague instruction like explain me generate adversarial networks, it would be great if I'm writing explain me about generative adversarial networks as a 10-year-old and in a crisp manner, like so that at the end of like 5 minutes I'll have a clear understanding, make an interesting example that should be a story based. So definitely, there's a lot of efforts that you need to put in in writing the prompt, but the better prompt you will write, the better answer you will get. Okay, and there are different ways of going ahead with prompts as well. Like we have like zero shot, one shot, three shot prompting, and we have chain of thought prompting as well. There are different rules as well in ChatGPT and other LLM tools. For example, there is a basic search, there is a search-based search, means web search-based search, or there is a deep research based search as well. I hope you guys have a clear understanding about it, like what are the differences and when exactly you want to use which particular tool. And in between as well, if you guys have any question in between, do let me know in the chats. I'm continuously reading the chat. So if you have any question, do let me no, I will discuss about that as well. Okay. And then we have discussed about how we can prompt optimization techniques and guardrails of the AI, which will basically explain how you can restrict the model to go for just a specific kind of a thing and don't hallucinate around. Okay. So that's a basic idea of how LLMs, Gen AI, or basically thing works. Okay. Now, throughout the process in the last week, we have not discussed anything about agentic AI. Okay. Now, all these things that about this week, for example, the pair programming, vibe coding, generate code models or code generation models, cloud-based deployments, AI-powered IDs, AI-powered IDs, like AI Power IDs, we have like Cursor, we have Windsurf, we have Visual Studio Code as well, we have Copilot. So that's something we will be discussing today. And apart from that, like how the AI automation can be done using tool like N8N. Okay, so this is the agenda for today. But all these tools works under an umbrella which is called as agentic AI. Okay, now the thing is, let's go back to Scalibra and let me help you with something to explain what is agentic AI. Okay, so here we are. This is where we are. Okay, let me remove this part as well. That's also. not much of a need. And that's great. Like exactly what I wanted. I have it here. Luckily, next Calidra. Okay. So if you look closely, this is the whole umbrella that we have here. We have AI, ML, deep learning, NLP, computer vision, generative AI. So the core difference between AI and generative AI is we have algorithm that can generate something new. And there's nothing new on it. You have already gone through day like week one, if you have gone through it clearly. So you have a clear understanding what is agentic AI, what is generative AI, and what is the difference between Gen AI and AI. So in Gen AI algorithm, we can generate something new, generate a new video, generate new audio, generate new pictures, generate new text, generate new articles. So generate something new. And that is creative in nature because that's now something that happened earlier. Okay. Now, what's the difference between Gen AI and agentic AI? That is the main question for today. Okay. Because if you understood agentic AI, then you will understand all the other key components of it. Okay, then you will understand what is this AI pair programming and what is this like agentic AI tools. First of all, you need to have an understanding what is agentic AI. So anyone wants to give it a rough overview or want to give the answer, make sure to give it in the chats. I'll be more than happy to read your answers and know like how much you know about agentic AI because there are a lot of people calling AI flows like N8 and 2 agentic AI. There are a lot of uh, actual agentic AI tools as well. And there are a lot of people calling like agentic AI tools to the tools that are not even agentic AI. Okay, so we should have a clear cut definition. What is agentic AI? Okay, so yes, anyone wants to give it the answer, do let me know. Otherwise, I'll go ahead, obviously. Okay. Okay, so here you can see is Zapier one of them. Okay, operators operates autonomously. Yes. So another thing, agentic AI are the tools that can operate on its own. Okay, that's correct part. ChatGPT is not agentic AI. Okay, ChatGPT is not agentic AI. ChatGPT operator, if you have used ChatGPT operator, that is an agentic AI tool. Agentic AI is a person assistant which can summarize our task over tools. Okay, so ChatGPT can also do it. If I'm giving task to ChatGPT, like summarize it, so it can do it, right? AI autonomous or autonomous AI, okay, agent works under its environment. Oh, okay, for special purposes, use series of assistant by a format and action plan to achieve a goal. Okay, okay. So there's a lot of definitions that we have. A very basic, very clear-cut definition is an LLM. For example, if I'm using GPT-4o, 4o Mini, or Llama, or Claude, Sonnet, or whatever LLM model you want to use, they are LLM models. They're designed to get a question and given as an answer. You write a prompt, you will get a text as an answer. You write a prompt, they will generate an image and give it to you. Okay. But the thing is, they cannot take actions on behalf of you. Okay. For example, let's take a clear, for example, let me open ChatGPT here. Not logged in. Okay, that's fine. So if I'm writing, okay, uh, write read for me for a trip to, for example, Jim Corbett. Okay, this Sunday for 2 days. So if I go ahead with search, okay, so I can see here is a 2 day itinerary and starting point is from Delhi. I don't know how it understand that I'm at Delhi, but okay. So here you can see at early morning, this AM you can start. So this has given you prompt. Okay, and that's fine. Now the thing is, if I'm writing today, so on day one Sunday, so if I'm writing what's the day today, it has not given me the day of today, right? Because that's something that LLM might not know at this point of time. But if I'm copying this again or refreshing it, let's refresh it. And now enabling search. Okay. Now it is searching the web and then giving me the answer. this answer would be a lot more correct, right? Because now you can see this is the itinerary. So as per Sunday, 27th of July, which is like tomorrow. Okay. So now this is today, this is Sunday. So these are the days that is telling me the weather. Now it is telling me the days. It's telling me the search day two. Those are the things that you can do. So you can see by just enabling search, I'm getting a lot better result. Okay, so now what I have done, I have given a special capability to the LLM that it can browse the internet. So basically what it does, it will search this query on Bing because they are in like ChatGPT is using backend engine search engine as Bing. So this question will be searched on Bing. Whatever top 10 questions, top 10 what I would say mm, links or websites you will get, it will load all the website in the context and then it will give you the answer by summarizing everything. Okay, so this is the process. So now because we have given extra capability to the LLM that is of search, it can give me a detailed path. Okay, now if I ask it, okay, let's book a ticket for me. Can it do the tickets? No, right? Can it tell me, can it book the safari? Can it book the hotels? No, it cannot. Okay, so basically they are traditional Gen AI algorithms that can help you in analyzing, help you in research, and in the exact same way, if you are logged in, there's a uh, deep research button here as well, which will again do a research for 5, 10, 15 minutes and then give you the answer. But the result that you will get after that is it's completely research based. Okay, that might take you probably couple of weeks or probably couple of months as well to achieve that it can achieve in just 15 minutes. Okay, now, what is agentic AI? Agentic AI is something that can do actions on behalf of you. Okay. For example, if I ask it to make a to-do list app using HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Sorry. So it will give you codes. Like this is the HTML code, this is CSS code, this is JavaScript code. Now you need to copy paste the code by yourself on a system, and then you will write the code. Then you will run them. Okay. So it's you who is taking the action, not the LLM. Okay. But imagine somehow magically if an LLM can take actions on behalf of you, if an LLM can go to your system, create a folder, save a file there that you can run, and that's the to-do list project. That would be great, right? Or if you ask uh, your LLM to, go to my Gmail and send a mail to this particular person with these particular description that I'm not going to available this Sunday for the meeting. So your LLM can do it. So that is what agentic AI. Okay, so it's basically giving some extra capabilities to the large language models to, for example, any large language model so that it can do some actions on behalf of you. That's what agentic AI is. And for agentic AI, there are a lot of tools already available. You might have heard about Operator. If not heard about Operator, so this is a great tool. It's paid, obviously, but you need to see about it. Okay, so this is introducing Operator. They have introduced it in like January 23rd of 2025, and in this demo they have mentioned it. Okay, the operator can do the search preview, it can go to the website and do the bookings on behalf of you and those kind of things as well. Okay, and recently there's another browser that's also agentic AI based browser, like composite browser, that is released probably 2 or 3 days back. Composite eliminate your browser work. Okay, this is the one. Okay, there are a lot of traditional tools as well. We are going to discuss like cursor and all these things. But here you can see introducing composite, describe your browser task and it will do the task for you. So here you have a prompt window at the right where you can mention, okay, go to my mails and summarize all the mails for me, or summarize all the last week mails. But I have sent, summarize them and based on then generate a task list that I have completed in last week. And that's great, right? You don't need to do the manual work. You don't need to send the things like, okay, every week if you want to send your manager the work that you have done. So that is great that like this particular browser can do it for you. Now definitely you might be thinking, sir, Gemini bhi to hai, हमारे पास Gmail में Gemini है that can do this thing. Definitely it can do this thing, but it can do a lot more things. Gemini is just for Gmail, but imagine if you are asking, okay, play this song, and it will automatically go to open your browser, automatically go to YouTube, automatically search, and automatically do the rest of the things now, or play the song or things like that. So this is an autonomous browser. Okay. And yes, is Perplexity similar? Yes, Perplexity is an LLM basically. But if I'm talking about Perplexity is also launching their browser, for example, Perplexity Comet. This is the one. Okay. So they have also introduced their own browser that can do actions, that can do search in a different way. So that's also kind of an agentic AI part of it. So there are a lot of new tools coming in. Okay. And they have redefined the way a browser works. That's not publicly available by now, I think. You need to have, like, I'm also in the waiting list. But like whenever it will come, so you can go to YouTube and see there are a lot of people who have a pro plan. They can download it. Okay. So these are the things. Okay. And is it similar to Alexa and Siri? Yes, Alexa and Siri, again, they also have a lot of constrained capabilities, right? But if I'm talking about these things, they can open your browser, they can search for anything. For example, uh, I can also do something like this. I'm not pretty sure, but browser use, if I'm talking about, which is again an agentic AI browser automation task, where if I'm asking, okay, now browse the internet and search for the interview question that are asked in this company and give me a list of them. Okay, now it will open the browser, keep on searching for different websites, and until it found those answers, then it will give it back to you. There's another tool called as browser use. This is the one. This is a GitHub repo. Obviously, this is the GitHub repo of it. But in this GitHub repo, the most important thing here is that we have. Yes, the most important thing is you can clone this repository and it will run your browser on the go. That will look something like this. You'll just give them the task. It will go to, like, whatever test you want to define, you can define it in simple English. And it will search. So you can see it is scraping LinkedIn data and it is doing a lot of things. So it's web scraping on steroids, basically. Okay. So there are a lot of AI tools that are now coming in. Agentic AI tools, like agentic AI browser that we have discussed. Perplexity Comet is another one. Browser use another one. And these three are just browsers. Okay. MCP and AI agents will come to that part as well. Okay. Now the thing is, agentic AI is something that can take actions on behalf of you. That's a simple process. Okay. Now these are different browsers that works on agentic AI basis. But if I talk about coding environment, that's the main agenda. I hope, like, uh, let's go topic by topic. So here is the basic difference between agentic AI and Gen AI. Okay. Another thing is, what is pair programming and vibe coding? Okay. Agentic AI is something that can take some actions behalf of you. That's what it is. Okay. And now, what is MCP? Okay, let's start with pair programming and vibe coding. What is vibe coding? Yes, they are also agentic AI based. Like, they can take actions on behalf of you. That's it. Right. WindSub is one of them. We'll also discuss about these tools. I have them installed as well. We'll discuss about uh, Cursor. We'll not discuss about WindServe, but that's also kind of the same. We'll discuss about GitHub Copilot. That's also agentic AI kind of a tool. And one more important, Firebase Studio. Yes, that's also agentic AI because they can make apps on behalf of you, right? But one of the most, like, not the most, I would say. Okay, so I think my screen was not fully visible, so I should go ahead with this mode. Yes. So now, what I'm fascinated about the most is this one. Like, this is something I'm exploring from last couple of weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks. And this is, anyone, any guesses? Okay. I hope some of you might guess as well. This is Gemini CLI, right? That's great. It's good to see that a lot of people are not like are into these things as well or exploring these things. Okay, how much should the storage, all things such could install and run easily. That depends because eventually you are not downloading the LLMs, which is the most heavy part. So it will not take much of a space. Code according to your needs and vibe coding. Okay. What is vibe coding? Pranav is saying telling an LLM to code according to your need is called as vibe coding. Okay. So if I'm asking ChatGPT, okay, write a to-do list app for me, is that vibe coding? Natural language prompt. Okay. Utilize AI generate prompt from natural language code. That's also correct. Okay. Gemini CLI. Gemini, not Gemini AI, but it's Gemini CLI. The correct name is Gemini CLI, but eventually it's an AI from Gemini. Okay. Now, the thing is, what is peer programming? Peer programming means an assistant is working side by side. Okay. For example, pair programming is using ChatGPT. Okay. So what you can do, you will use ChatGPT, and in ChatGPT, you will ask, okay, I want to make a to-do list app. It will write the code for you. You are doing all the work. This is what AI pair programming is. There is a tool of pair programming. Like obviously, Cursor is a tool of agentic AI, but it can also help you pair programming if you are using agentic mode, right? If you are not using agentic mode. So here, if I open Cursor, so in Cursor, definitely there are some issue because I'm done with the free quota of Cursor. But if I open Cursor for you, so in Cursor, here you can see here is an agentic mode that will do the task on behalf of you. And we also have an ask mode. So in ask mode, if I'm asking, okay, make a to-do list app and do this and that, so it will give you the code, but you need to manually do the things for you. Okay. This is AI pair programming, where both of the things are going side by side. Okay, you are doing the work, you are taking AI as an assistant. So AI is your co-pilot, you are the pilot. Okay, so you are the main one and AI is your assistant. This is what AI pair programming is. Okay, now what is agentic AI? This is agentic AI. That's it. That's the main difference. Okay, in agentic AI is the pilot. You are the co-pilot. Okay, you'll just give a task, okay, do this. Then AI will do the task for you. AI will write the code, AI will generate the code, AI will run all the things for you. And then you are just seeing and just monitoring the things. Okay, so this is what AI pair programming, where you are doing most of the things, taking help from ChatGPT or LLMs. And in agentic AI or vibe coding, basically, LLM is doing all the things. You are just watching and seeing how the things are working. In the exact same way, if I go to VS Code, in VS Code as well, we have kind of the same thing. Okay, so here you can see here we have ask mode, here we have agent mode as well. If you open agent mode, it will obviously do the exact same kind of a thing that we want. Okay, and this is where it comes in. For example, if I go to new file, okay, let's see what it can do. So I click on open, I go to desktop, I create a new folder, and this is, for example, my to do list. Okay, so I've created a new folder named as to-do list. Let me give you a demo of how it works. Okay, so here comes a to-do list. If I go back here, you can see this is a to-do list app that we have. Okay, now here I can define. I'm at agent mode, not ask mode. Okay, let's go to I'm at agent mode. Okay, I want to make a to-do list app with HTML, CSS, and JS. Okay, Uh, and here I'm not passing any instruction like in to-do list app, what should be the color theme, what should be all the other things. Okay. So in that particular thing, because I'm at the ask mode, so you can see share it's possible. So this should be the thing. So inside the to-do list app, there should be a source folder, inside that HTML index, CSS file, JS file, package.json. So this is what you need to do. So you need to either manually create it. If I write create workspace, so here you can see now it is doing the things on behalf of you. It is giving you the suggestion like this is what you need to do. But if you want me to do it, it will do it. Okay. So here you can see inside the to-do list tab, here is a source, CSS, which is the CSS, JS, what is the JS, and there should be the index.html as well. Here comes the index.html. That is it. Okay. और अगर मैंने इसे एजेंट मोड पे डाला होता, ये ऑटोमेटिकली कर देता. Okay. Now let's go back and see the to-do list tab. This is the index.html. So you can see this is my to-do list tab. Let's ask it. Okay, yeah, my first task is to take a live class, add task. So you can see this is not working. Okay, that's totally fine because obviously it might not work as well. That's fine. Okay, now the thing is, let's take it to agent mode. Okay, now I'm modifying the thing, like I'm taking a new chat editor here, and okay, here comes the new chat editor. I'm removing everything from here. Okay, and now I'm at this folder to-do list. Okay, now I'm asking make a to-do list app with dedicated HTML, CSS, JS, and use vanilla JS, obviously, so that I don't need to mess up, and take all of them in the same folder, and make sure the UI is futuristic with uh, vibrant colors. Should look like from 2050. Okay, let's see what it does. And here you can choose the models as well. Like Claude Sonnet 4 is one of the proest model that we have, but Gemini Pro is also great. Okay, so Gemini 2.5 Pro is also something you can use. This is something that you can run if you are using a premium version of uh, GitHub Copilot, but you can get it for a trial for a month for free. So that's something that's what I have done as well. So you can see it has generated an HTML file, okay, which is index.html. So it has all the codes, and now it is working on probably doing the CSS. Replit is also something you can use. Last lecture recording is also something you will get. It's there on the portal only. Okay. So as I mentioned, there should be a dedicated HTML, CSS, and JS file. So it might be working on creating the CSS and JS file. There is a quota you will get, like you can only get like these many requests per week. So where you can see the paid model request, you can go for like these ones, code messages. So these are some of the details, but here you can see it has generated the index HTML file, and that will it will do the things. This is what vibe coding is. You have given the prompts, you have given the instruction, and let the model do the work for you. Okay, you can use cursor. It's also very easy to set up. And you can use GitHub Copilot. You can use Windsurf. There are a lot of other. Replit is one of them. There are a lot of other tools. For example, Kira is another one. If you know what Kira is, anyone? Kiro है, Kira है. I need to check. Amazon Kiro. Amazon Kiro is a new agent. Yes, Amazon Kiro. So Kiro.dev. This is my Amazon, and here you can download it. This another AI tool that came, and this also came like probably a week or so ago. This is also something you can try, but if you go back here, you can see you have index.html created. CSS.style is also created. This is another file. Proper coloring mentioned. That's great. And here you can see this is a huge CSV file. Okay. If you want to do it by yourself, it will take a lot of your time. That's why it's taking a lot of time as well, because imagine if I are using Claude Sonnet 4 and you are giving request, you are asking to give a request, and then it is generating 700 lines of code, and where every line is couple of tokens. For example, this might be 5 tokens, this might be 100 tokens, right? And eventually it also have script.js. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's keep everything code, and let's go back and let's check your project. Is it working or not? And here comes the project. And that is, first of all, great. It looks great, right? And here comes Neurotask 2050. Okay, it has given the name as well. That's great. July 26, 2050, 12:35, 54. Neural links, synced, active. Okay, I think they are the synced active. Okay, initial request. Okay, if I want to go for uh, live class or AI agents or on AI agents, sync AI agent. So here you can see we have class here. Okay, and I can task some other task. I can pass some other tasks. I can pass some other tasks. And once, for example, this is completed, this is also completed, this is also completed. If you go to active, this is only active tasks. These are the completed tasks. You can also purge all the tasks on some database. So it might saved it somewhere. I don't know where saved it. So synced active quantum. Okay, I don't know where exactly it is saved. But if you look closely, this is great. I love this app, right? It has all the active components that an app should have. Okay. And if you go back, what exactly we have done? This is what we have done. Make a to-do list app with dedicated, like, let me share the prompt with you as well. Okay. Name you are using. I'm using GitHub Copilot. It's in Visual Studio Code. Okay. And that's a great part. And why I'm getting so great output? Because I'm using one of the state-of-the-art model. Okay, they are some of the great of the art models, Claude Sonnet 4 and Gemini 2.5 Pro. Okay, there's no model that can do coding better than them. Okay, so you can try with 2.5 Pro as well, and let's see what is the output you are getting, and based on that you can see which one you can use. But again, these model comes with a cost. Okay, so example, additional premium model. If I want to use these premium models, there is fixed set of instruction I can pass to these models. Okay, but that's fine. We'll think of it as some other way. For version like 3.5, will I get the output in lower version? Yes, you can get the output, but not as great as this one. Okay, the better prompt you will write, the better answer you will get. Okay, so this is what I would say vibe coding is. I'm just giving prompt. Now I can give one thing. For example, okay, name the app. Let's name it as, what should I name? Okay, recommend me a name that I should give it to this app. Okay, and at the meantime, make sure to have a progress where I can track how many tasks I have done in actual. Okay, and take the what I would say, help take the reference from book. I don't know if it can do this or not, but there's a great book to make these kind of app that's called as Hook. Sorry, I forgot the name of that author. I should have searched it on Google. Just want to show you like how you can write better prompts. Hooked. This is the one by Need. Okay, so it would be great if you can summarize the ideas of this book and give it to this. And let's give this. Take the reference from hooked, named as hooked final, and based on that, add features to this. Okay, this is great book to make apps that will make the people hooked. Why there are some games that are so addictive? Because they have a lot of components to it. Means a lot of component that will make you hooked into the app. Okay, that not only the A/B testing part of it where you can see, but there are a lot of psychological tricks that you can add in your apps as well. That's why there's a lot of very simple apps that are so addictive. Okay, that's why you can see, like, rather than having games with very beautiful UI, very beautiful 3D design, there are very simple basic apps that has a lot of potential, that has a lot of user base going through it. Okay, or they are earning in millions. But to make these apps, it's not that difficult. Okay, I'm using GitHub Copilot Trace. Okay, so okay, so I have given the prompt, and so now let's wait for it to modify all the files. Okay, now I don't know if it has the knowledge of this book or not. If it has the knowledge of this book, that would be great. Otherwise, I need to give the reference. Like, these are the key highlights. For example, I can ask ChatGPT to summarize this book for me, give me the top five highlights, and then I give it to this. Like, based on these things, make sure to have these components in the app as well. Okay. And sorry, what was the name of the project I want to make? Okay, let's make it Karma or Nexito. This is a agentic manager. Okay, you can also take agentic manager name. Worked out is also a great name. So I'm not pretty sure which one I should take. Let's take Karma. Okay, let's name the app Karma. Okay, but we need to wait for it to execute it first. So you can see it is modifying the codes, and you can go to the syntax.html as well and see what are all the code that it is modifying. Okay, and most of the time it will modify the index.html only. Okay, now I'm not pretty sure it has read this book or not to take the reference from, but let's suppose it is searching the internet or it already have the knowledge about that book. Based on that is doing the things. So here you can see the index.html is done. Now it is doing the modification in CSS, style.css, and if you go to style.css, this is what it is doing. And once that part is done, the next part of it would be to go to the JS probably and update the JS. Okay, so let's wait for it to be done, and then at the same time, let's go to the things. Okay, so this is what vibe coding is. Okay, and it is great, but it has some flaws as well. Okay, the flaws is, for example, if you're working on small projects, it will do miracles. As you can see, I've made a whole full-fledged app while discussing with you, while explaining you the concept. Okay, and while explaining you the projects, if I can make this kind of app which has this kind of potential, that is great, right? Because if I want to do it by myself, it will take me probably a day at least. Okay, because first of all, I need to think about the process. What exactly should be there? What colors I need to choose? Then I'll like spend an hour to just find the perfect colors. Seriously, it will take this much of time. Okay, and if you have done it by yourself, you know about these things as well. And then you will see, okay, what else should I do? What are the features I should have? How it should look? What is the font I need to use? This is something that will take a lot of your time. And if this is taking a lot of your time, so obviously you need to think of something. It will take a lot of your time. That's basically it. So if this is doing it in a lot lesser time, that's great. Okay. So now I just want to see the final view of it, and then we'll jump to the Gemini AI, the Gemini CL part as well. Okay, we'll go to that. How you come into these models apart from pricing, like the business use case? How can we compare these models apart from the pricing, like the business use case? Usually there are a lot of matrices based on that these models are compared. The benchmark matrices usually the models, the companies who are launching this model, they will also compare it. Okay, this is how they are beating all the different models. But the best thing to compare it is, for example, if you are writing, if you are making a program that can write some basic projects for you, or this is also a use case I'm giving it to you. That imagine if you want to make an app where you have some very basic games, very basic games, okay, browser-based games. So in that particular case, you are pretty much aware that the games that you are going to make, it will need a coding task. It's not like writing articles. For writing articles, you can use a very basic forum model as well, GPT-4o, which is, or Gemini 1.5 Flash, which is also very cost effective as and not that expensive. It can write decent articles if you are modifying the prompts uh, decently, but they're not great at coding. Okay, for these particular kind of models, code based models, it can do miracles for you. So in that particular case, make sure to go for Cloud Sonnet 4.0, Cloud Sonnet 4 or Gemini 2.4 Pro. So that totally depend upon the problem statement. And for that problem statement, for example, here I have two models. I can use Claude 4, I can use Gemini 2.4 Pro. Which one I should use? Take the exact same prompt, exactly the same prompt. Give it to both the models and see which one is generating a better output. Do it for 3 or 4 apps. Based on that, you can see, okay, this model is working better than this one based on your use case. There is no one metric which can show, which can say this model is like doing a better result than this one. That totally depends upon your use case. What kind of prompts you need to use? Very basic, as you can see, because if you are using a better model, a great model, whatever prompt you are writing, here you can see I've written a very basic prompt, but it can generate the things for you. But if you are writing a better prompt, a lot better prompt, and give it to the best model, it can do miracles. Okay, and deploy for startup. Okay, can we develop our own agent and deploy it on our startup? Yes, why not? Okay, the thing is, even if you want to build your own agent that can do this task, means that's also pretty easy to do on a smaller level. For example, uh, there's something that this is the class that I have taken last week of agentic, like how we can build the tools like Cursor, where you can just write some English prompts. Okay, uh, and for example, generate. Okay, let's take a practical example then. So here you can see it has done the things, has working on the problem for a while. It can continue to iterate. Can you send this new message to refine the prompt? Okay, I don't think so. Let's wait for it. Let's refresh this page. And here you can see the name of this is forward for. So here you can see now I'm pretty sure it has taken the reference from the book. Okay, why I'm saying it? Because I've read the book. Okay, and in the book there are a lot of points, like if you can see how many tasks are completed, how many days of streak you are going through, so that you will keep on doing it. This is the same process what is the name of the app where we have streaks? Snapchat, right? So this is the exact same thing that Snapchat does. This is your goal. Thank you so much, whosoever had done it. Don't do this. Okay, how to clean it? This is, ये भी है क्या? नहीं, अच्छा ये उसी का part है. Sorry, this is the part of the website. This one and these particles. Okay, this is something that should not be there. So you can reiterate through the code and say there's a code visible that should not be. Here are the tasks completed, and here you can add whatever task that you want. Add task. Okay, I think add task is not working now. Daily goal, all tasks, active task. Okay, so I think I need to ask it to continue writing it because it has stopped somewhere. That's why it has the problems of it. Okay, but here you can see it has added all the other parts as well, which will make the user hooked. Like this is my progress, 50% progress. I can make it 100. This is my streak. I can make it go further. This is what the summary of the hook book is. Okay, so that's it. That's great, right? Now let me see how, like the question that someone has mentioned, can we build our own kind of model or agentic AI model or not? So that's what Gemini CLI comes into play. Okay, so now if I'm using Gemini CLI, I can ask them. I mean, here you can see it's using 2.5 Pro model. It will give you like 10 to 15 requests per day of Pro model. Then it will go back to the Flash model. But ठीक है, एक बार के लिए क्या ही दिक्कत है, फ्री में जो मिलता है हमें, right? So now I can pass it like go to desktop. Okay, desktop and create a folder named as AI agents. Okay, inside that folder, create a markdown file or create a text file with detailed, and inside that write an interesting story on AI agent that name the concepts of it in maximum like 5 minute read. The user can read in 5 minutes, so it will automatically calculate how many words it should have. Okay, and now I can also mention things like take reference from Feynman techniques by Richard Feynman for writing the article, and make sure to write it in the style of Shakespeare. There is a lot of complexity that I've added. Okay, let's run it and see what it will do. So it's slipping initializing the process, structuring the story. It's basically understanding the prompt, what it has to do, generating the task list, step-by-step process, what has to be done. And then here you can see it will go to desktop, create an AI agents file. Do you want to create it? Yes. So here I can allow it. So if you go back, there must be a folder named as AI agents. So I have a folder named as AI agents. Okay. And now we need to wait. Let's go back. So you can see it has written article. Okay. Apply this to all. Okay. Apply once. So here you can see we have AI agents.txt file. That's it. Okay. And it's done. And now it's on you that you can just give it a brief, like if you like the result or not. If you like the result, you can go ahead. For example, let's embark upon the tale of art. Now, I should not have written Shakespeare. I should have written someone who can write the things in an easier language. But for Shakespeare, like this, they will use this very heavy language. So, okay, modify it into a style that even a 10-year-old can understand, but don't simplify too much. It should have the same technicalities. Okay. Now, hopefully, rather than writing in Shakespeare way, it will write it in an easy language that even a 10-year-old can understand. Okay. So it will go to the gain test.csv and it will do the frameworks. It has changed a lot of things, and let's allow it to change it, and formulating new framework, and hopefully it is done. And then now let's open it, the text file. And there's something that I like, I think. Imagine you have a little robot. Helper robot is an agent that will help you do things. That's what an agent is. Okay. So this is what it is. And even you can make these kind of apps, right? The Gemini CLI that I'm using, uh, I've written a very basic, like probably 50 to 100 lines of program where I do an LLM call. It will do, it will ask you like, what exactly you need to do. And then it will do the task on behalf of it. It will create a folder, it will write the things. And this is what MCP is also is. MCP will also do different kind of actions. So we can have an MCP for Google search. We can have an MCP for my GitHub. You can have an MCP for your Slack, where it can communicate through these different LLM models that, for example, take the CSV file from my uh, Google Drive inside this folder and push it on GitHub. So in that particular case, first of all, it need to communicate to the MCP server of means MCP server is the way of communicating with different clouds or different tools. So there's a tool of Google Drive where we can go to Google Drive and fetch the data from that. But for that purpose, you need to authenticate your Google Drive first. You need to authenticate your GitHub so that the code will go there, push there. And then once ever it is done, make sure you get a mail to the manager or mail to yourself, and you get also get a Slack message that this part is done, and you will get the answer. Right. So this is what MCP is. It will do a side-by-side comparison, side-by-side things for you. Okay. So here is a to-do list app that we have done in this class. Here is an AI agent that can explain any concept to you. And if you look closely, I have not written single line of code, not even one line of code. Okay. Right. Like Shashi through style. Yeah. That's what you can also go ahead with. Okay. But okay, it will be equally painful as the other one that we have used. Okay. So what's the difference? What's the difference between? Can we revert back to the CLI? Yes, we can ask it. Okay, let's go back to the last version of it, and then it will go to the last version until and unless you have not terminated the terminal. एक बार terminate हो गया, उसके बाद में इसकी history में वो save नहीं है. So then we cannot go back. Okay, so best part is just copy paste it और उसके बाद में उसे बोलना कि दोबारा कर दे ताकि आपके पास में पुराना version भी रहे. Okay. Will it even compile in errors also? एरर्स का हमने देखा है, एरर में ये भी बहुत दिक्कतें कर रहा था, बट इफ यू कैन कंटिन्यू पार्सरिंग इट, सो देयर आर हाई चांसेस के और बेटर रिजल्ट दे पाए. ओके, बट इट विल आई कैन ऑल्सो आस्क इट टू टेस्ट इट. तो यहीं पे टर्मिनल में टेस्ट करेगा, जो एरर आएंगे वो एरर भी ये रिजॉल्व करेगा. दैट्स व्हाट एजेंट मोड इज ऑल अबाउट. ओके. Okay, so how can we showcase our agents to another person is that they can access them. Okay, so for that purpose, you need to host your agent somewhere. Okay, host your agent probably on the cloud. ओके, सो इसके लिए सबसे इजी तरीका है कि जो भी आपने एजेंट बनाया है उसको आप बैकएंड पे होस्ट कर दो. ठीक है. किसी बैकएंड पे आप डॉकर इमेज बनाइए, उसे होस्ट कर दिए गूगल क्लाउड रन पे, एंड देन यू कैन डू एन एपीआई कॉल थ्रू दैट. ओके, या आप एक वेबसाइट बना सकते हैं फॉर इमेजिन. ओके, ये जो हमने यहाँ पे काम किया. ओके, क्या मैं एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म बना सकता हूँ वेयर यूजर कैन गिव एन इंग्लिश प्रॉम्प्ट. ओके, वो जो प्रॉम्प्ट है वो क्लाउड सोनेट 4 के पास में जाए, दैट विल जनरेट दिस फाइल फॉर यू, एंड वंस until then user can wait. ओके, और जब ये फाइल जनरेट हो जाए, आई कैन शोकेस दिस फाइल ऑन द ब्राउजर कि ये हमने प्रोजेक्ट बना दिया आपका. That's it. And user then can modify the things by giving English prompt as done in ChatGPT. Okay. So that's also something you can use. Okay. Vibe coding वही है जो हम अभी कर रहे हैं. We are just giving English prompts and let the LLM do all the work. Agent mode in any LLM to in any coding environment, if you're using agent mode, and let you give English prompts and let the code do all the magic, let the LLM do all the magic. That's what vibe coding is. जैसे अब हम कर रहे हैं वो vibe coding ही थी. मैंने LLM को बता रही है कि एक काम करो, ये एजेंट पे जाके just create a file and add all the things. So this is what vibe coding is. This is what vibe coding is. Yes, this is what I have done. Okay. Is pair or vibe programming same? No. Pair programming is when you are taking suggestion from LLM कि मुझे क्या करना है, and I am asking it, okay, html.css में क्या डालना है, and I am creating the file, and then I'm writing index.html के अंदर क्या डालना है, then I'm creating the file, ask it to write the code, to show me the code, and I'll copy paste the things by ourselves. A pair programming is when I'm using AI as an assistant. कि भाई जो करूंगा मैं खुद करूंगा, let AI suggest me what I want to do. But if I'm talking about API, like agentic mode of it, agentic mode is all about let machines do all the things, let the LLMs do all the things. Okay, and it's very fascinating to see the machine coding because that's being done probably like in last 6 months. So there is a drastic change. So if you ask me कि अगर ये अब बनाने में मुझे कितना समय लगेगा, there are high chances I might कि मैं बनाऊं ही ना, because I don't like working with HTML, CSS, JS क्योंकि बहुत सारा कोड होता है that LLM can do it. But अगर फिर भी मुझे बनाना हो तो I it will take at least a day. That we have done. अब 1 घंटा हो, 1 घंटा भी नहीं हुआ लेक्चर, वो लेक्चर लाइक प्रॉब्ली 10 मिनट लेट शुरू हुआ था, बट if I'm talking about a 50-minute lecture, we have made two of these apps. And while explaining you the things, if I'm talking about just this to-do list app, to make this app, I have used two approaches. If you remember, first one is when I'm asking it to do the things, then it has generated something, but that was not that great. So then I've created a new chat, and then inside that I pass click instruction, take reference from this book, and do these things, use these psychological techniques, use these colors, use these fonts, use these A/B testing techniques, use all the things, and then do the things. It has generated this code. It took me around 2 minutes to write the prompt. Why 2 minutes? Because the issue is when I was using this, okay, ठीक है, चलो बंद हो गया, मुझे author का नाम जानना था. That's why it took me 2 minutes. So I've searched on the internet, like the book was by Neerail, so I need to put it like this is the hook book I'm talking about, not this hook book. So it will take the reference from exactly that person. So that's it. Okay, so this is what agentic is. This is what vibe coding is. Okay, and this is the future of coding. Okay, obviously you need to know the things. Okay, for example, if you want to make, if you don't know what HTML is, how to write HTML tags, how to write CSS tag, how to write JS tags, can you make these apps? Yes, you can make these apps. But the issue is, if you want to work on a very big project that has couple of thousand lines of code, okay, then if I'm talking about LLM models also have their context length. Okay, what is context length? Let me explain you in a very simple one. Okay, okay, it's not opening here. Let's open it here. Okay, for example, is it here? I think I've not uploaded it here yet. Okay, so imagine there is a chatbot. Okay, inside the chatbot, I'm giving some questions. For example, this is the task that I've given. Then I've given another text. Then I've given another text, another text. Here you can see this thing is highlighted in white and this thing is highlighted in blue. So here you can see what is context length. Context length is how much words, how much tokens a model will understand. How many tokens a model can memorize. Because model also have their limited memory. Okay, so if model has context length 64, so it will only read 64 tokens. It can only summarize 64 tokens, not more than that. So if the chat is longer than 64 tokens, so it will start forgetting all the other tokens after that. This is the problem of context length. Okay, so imagine if you have a very big project with 100,000 lines of code, 100,000 lines of code. Okay, or 100,000 not lines, but 100,000 tokens of code. What is token? Every word you so far you can think of every word as a token. Okay, uh, because if you go back, let me show that as well. That's somewhere over there. So this is an app for visual learning. Uh, and this also not uploaded yet. I'll upload it by today, so I'll let you know how to access it. But tokenization वाली तो थी, right? N NLP, this is the one. Okay, so whenever you are writing something, this is a car, not a bike. Computers read it as word to word. So for computers, this is a car, not a bike. Okay, so every word is treated as a token. Sometimes they are word, for example, car and cars. Okay, so car and cars might not be two separate tokens. So there is a token named as car and there is another token named as S. So this why some tokens are subwords as well. So car is a token, car is another token, but there's no token as cars. But cars is made up of two tokens, car and S. Okay, so this is what token is. Model will learn the code token wise. Okay, so if you have 10,000 lines of code, 10,000 lines of code, so every line is having probably 20 tokens. So it's around 200,000 tokens. And my LLM, for example, if I'm talking about GPT-4o or Sonnet 4, so they have a context length of probably a million token. It cannot read more than a million token. So it will start hallucinating. It will start giving you some results that are not exactly correct. Okay. So make sure for small projects, they are great. But if a model is not able to help you in a couple of cases, you keep on giving prompts, it is not able to do it. So in that case, you need to know how to manually go to the HTML code and modify the code. Go to the CSS code and modify it. Go to the JS code and modify it. So this is where your programming is also a lot more needed. It's not like vibe coding will do all the things. It's not AI that can do miracles, not only human beings. It's a combination of AI plus human beings. The supervision of both of them is important. Okay. Can we do it in our system? How can we do it? Download Gemini CLI. Clear instruction. Gemini CLI setup. Go to Google. It will give you a better result. But okay. So all you need to do is go to your terminal, run this command or this command, and then just write Gemini. If npm is installed, node is installed on a system, then just this command will work. Otherwise, you need to install node first, then you need to run this command and it will install Gemini. Then all you need to write is just write Gemini and it will work for you. That is it. Okay. In the exact same way, we also have like Claude CLI, Anthropic CLI or Claude CLI, Anthropic CLI, I think. They have also introduced their own CLI reference. So you can also use their own CLI. I think I have installed that one as well. Yes, this is Cloud Code CLI, but here the issue is it is a paid thing. You need to give your own uh, API keys, which is obviously expensive thing today. Not expensive thing, but for every request, I need to pay something. That's a very small amount, but I need to pay. So why to pay it if I have Gemini that is working for free? Okay, so you can also use Claude. Okay, so what if the written is this car is not broken instead of the car is not broken, for example? Okay. Okay. So there are a lot of topics that we are going here and there, but take token, Versal app. Let's go to Google and let's open it there. So this is how exactly a model reads. For example, ChatGPT, in ChatGPT, if I'm taking your text that you have written, this is how your model reads it. This is a car is a token, not is another token, not bike is a token. And what if you are writing this in a way like this is a car, not bike. This is how we read them. So there's a token for this is, and there is a token for spaces as well. Okay, so there's a bit of not a very advanced topic, but it will take like 10 to 15 minutes for me to explain how tokenization is done in this way, rather than writing like you might be thinking, sir, this नाम का एक token रख लेते हैं, इसका एक token रख लेते हैं, अब इसके दो token क्यों है? Is this token with ID 276 and is another token with 382. Why to have two separate tokens? Why can't we have a simple token is, which is uniform, right? Because these LLMs tokenize the word using techniques like byte pair encoding. This is another example of that. So maximum vocabulary size. There are, I don't know why we have three of them. Okay, I'll say it. And this is not working yet. Okay, I need to modify a couple of prompts to make it work, but this will explain you how exactly it has to be done. Okay, so this is exactly how, and here you can change the models as well. So you can see if you want to give this test to an LLM model, it will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tokens. If you want to give this, it will take these many tokens. And if I can do this, if I go to my project that I have just made on desktop, just want to see how many tokens I might have consumed. And here I can check as well which particular tokenizer Claude has used. Okay, for example, if I'm giving this to uh, the same Gemini 4.0, so this whole code generation, if generated by GPT, will take around 2000 tokens. And this is just this index.html file. And if I want to integrate after that, this file, so CSS along with CSS 10,000 tokens. Okay, bear with me. And script, the JavaScript part. So it took around 15,000 tokens of just writing codes. But there is a lot of thinkings involved in between as well, which will do all the processing. You might not able to see. So it took around 20,000 tokens to generate this app. If I'm not modifying anything in one go. And if I'm talking, and you can do the modification as well. For example, if I want to go for Claude 4 model API price. Okay, just want to compare what's the pricing of this model. So you can go to Anthropic. So here you can see this is a free, this is a pro version, this is max, but I want to know about the API pricing. API console log. Claude Sonnet 4. Get access to the API benchmarks. Pricing. Okay, pricing of start from 3 million $3 per million input tokens and $15 per million output tokens. And here you can see when it is writing code, it is 15 million output tokens. It is outputting, it is spitting the things out. So $15 per million token. And here you can do calculation. If one app took me 20,000 tokens to make, and so if I'm dividing them just to see how many apps I can make, so I can make 50 of these apps in one go to consume 1 million token, and 1 million token costs around $15, right? And $50 means around 90, around, let's take 85 rupees. Sorry, $15, sorry. So it will take around 15,000 rupees to generate 50 apps from this if I'm using API. So this is how the cost of the models are calculated. Okay, and if you go to Gemini Playground, it's not opened here. Let's play here. Gemini Playground. It's Google Studio Playground. So from here, you can check how much each model of that cost. For example, Gemini 2.5 Pro cost around $15 per million token, and 2.5 Flash costs just $2.5 per billion token. And you can see there is a drastic difference in those prices as well, because the output of those models are also drastically different. You can also use, there are some other models as well that are available. You can check their costs as well. Okay, sorted. So there are a lot of things that we have discussed for sure. Okay, so let me close all the things for you. And yes, sir, how much prerequisite required for specific domain for relatable projects using agentic for sample web development so that we can debug code written in it? Yes, you got the point. Whatever project you want to make sure you have the knowledge in that topic. If you want to make a website, so you need to know HTML code कैसे काम करता है, CSS में क्या होता है, JavaScript में क्या होता है. You need to know how to debug them. Then only you can work on them. Otherwise, it will be problematic for sure. That if it is giving you some error, you might not able to decode it by yourself. You don't know. So make sure you need to have the knowledge of it. Does token numbers have significance? Yes, there are models with context length very small, so it can uh, not take chat longer than, for example, couple of thousand tokens. So token length is important, especially if you want to write code where you can see like 50,000 tokens or 20,000 tokens just to make one app. If I want to make like 20 different modifications in this app, 20 different modification, it will consume around 100,000 tokens, right? And that's a lot. The longer the chat goes, the more competition expensive it is going to be. Okay. Is there any attributes on CSS, JSS, many functions? You need to know those components. That's it. You need to know how to modify them, how those work so that you can debug them. Okay. Eventually in coming future there will be some more apps, some more models that are a lot better than them, जहाँ पे आपको हो सकता है उस चीज को पढ़ने की जरूरत ही ना पड़े. In the exact same way, why to write the codes in uh, what I would say C++ or Java if you have Python. Is not that fast as compared to like C++, but that's totally fine if that's not fast. We have a lot faster GPUs, a lot fast CPUs, a lot faster system where the difference won't matter that much. So let's go for Python, which is easy to do. It's the same thing. Okay. In future, we might have, as we have faster system there, now we'll have faster LLM models or more intelligent LLM models that can do a lot of things for you. Okay. So that's something you need to know. And I hope you enjoyed this lecture. If you do so, that's great. That's great then. Okay. And apart from that, uh, if you have any doubt, not right now, in future, so you guys can connect with me on LinkedIn. My name is Ashish Jana. Sorry, I forgot to like introduce myself. My name is Ashish Jana. I'm a mentor as well as teacher of AI. Sorry, mentor as well as students of AI. Okay, because I also read a lot about it because it's a never ending process. Okay, so you guys can connect with me over there on LinkedIn. This is my LinkedIn account, so you can reach over there. And on GitHub as well, there will be a lot of important resources you might get. For example, like uh, if you want to go for like this is generative AI project, RAG based AI search, article search. So there are a lot of data sets uh, available there. The lot of projects you will get there. So you got the point, right? And apart from that, like you will get the recording of this lecture as well, where like this is composite browser. We talk about perplexity comet browser use, which is Python one, tick token versal, where we'll explain about the tick token. We have discussed about Gemini CLI. We have not discussed about just Gemini CLI. We have also discussed about uh, Anthropic CLI. Okay, we have discussed about mm, Cursor. We have discussed about GitHub Copilot. So there are a lot of things that we have discussed, and even I am amazed how we can discuss so much in the span of just 1 hour. Okay, sorted. So that's it from my side. If you still have any question, I'll wait 1 more minute and then we'll wrap up. Please share the collab notebook link shared in lecture one. Okay, collab notebook link share in the lecture one. Okay, I don't know which particular notebook you are talking about. Sir, what the future? Which might be better things to learn for future? Okay, okay. It seems like wherever the future is going, okay, go to that direction. Okay. in the age of industrial revolution, everything is going toward the direction of machines. Okay, so people who can use machines can get a better job. Okay, uh, there are people who are doing all the things by hand labor. They are still there, but the amount is a lot lesser. The number are a lot lesser. In the exact same way, if there are AI tools that can do the creative part, that can write the thing, that can generate images, that can write websites. So if there is an AI that can do the things, go in the AI direction. It's not like AI will replace all the things, but there will not be an individual data analyst in the future. There will be a data analyst who knows AI, because that data analyst who knows AI can do data analyst in a lot lesser time. Okay, this is what I think the future is. In the exact same way, there might not be a job of a SD programmer as such. There will be an SD who knows how to use AI tools, how to use Copilot or things like that, because it will do the things a lot faster. What tools can be used for N8 and DNA? I don't understand what you are talking about, Pranab. Sir, it was discussed in our class. Okay. What tools can be used for data analytics? For data analytics, like ChatGPT is one tool that you can use is in any way. ChatGPT, Gemini. Apart from that, in Google Colab, you have data analysis. Uh, you have Gemini that can analyze the data for you, write the whole notebook. So that's something you can use Google Colab. Apart from that, in Excel, if you are using the latest version of Excel, in that as well, they have like AI integrated that will help you analyze the data exactly at the right. You will get analyze the data prompt. Same goes for same goes for Tableau and Power BI premium versions. Well, they can also do a lot of things for you. So, yep, there are a lot of tools. Missed the past lecture question. Cover after this. Yes, that's totally fine. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for joining, and I hope I have cleared a lot of your doubts. But still, if you have any doubt, probably not right now, in the future, so I'll sharing my LinkedIn with you guys as well, so you guys can connect with me over there. Just give me a second. Okay, the best way to move in AI to move on. So there will be some new fields that are coming in a new in near future. AI maybe, for example, अभी agentic AI है. सब agentic के बारे में बात करें. There will be some new tools, new technology coming in near future. तो हो सकता है सब लोग उधर की तरफ शिफ्ट हो जाएं. So you need to be adaptive. You need to keep on learning, keep on changing yourself. Okay. Okay, then thank you so much everyone for joining in. And yes, thank you so much everyone for joining in. I'll see you in the next week then. Take care. Thank you so much, Aditya, Raj. Thank you, Tushar. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Tanya. Bye.